was never a bore, but I often wondered if I could do more. For everywhere I turned was a strict director's hand, and as you might guess, it belonged to a man. Each rehearsal he'd say, Nellie, please change the way that you walk, that you talk, that you stand. Have more class, lose some weight, you'll look better on stage. Beauty is all that you have as a brand. And despite his concerns, there is one thing I've learned. As it turns out, he's not always right. The man in my life.
That sounds an awful lot like the principal I worked for at Norton.
Back in Virginia, I worked for Mr. Tate.
We were understaffed, I had classes back to back. Much like him, I had a lot on my plate.
A giant plate. But I still said, sir, may I do more work?
The children needed a physics lesson, and he said,
Miss Braden, as a woman, I'm not sure if you can carry that much weight.
But despite his concerns, there is one thing I learned. As it turns out, he's not always right. The man in my life.
Oh, Crow, do the one at your boss at the temp agency.
Fine. I would tap, tap, tap all day long and not write a single word wrong while I tapped, tapped, tapped on my desk. Mr. McCollins would come up and say, how can such tiny fingers type so vigorously? I said simple because I have one that's quite long, and I showed him and said my goodbyes. The man in my life.
Crow! And didn't you work for a millionaire? What, Mr. Fabian? He wasn't that bad.
Tell us.
Okay.
Mr. Fabian thought he could prove Shakespeare's fraud, so he hired me to study codes. I solved ciphers from history, but what remains a mystery is Fabian's list.
A list?
Of his various demands.
Oh.
You must never wear green, and please put on some heels. Wear a skirt into work every time. The man in my life.
And you worked for an insane man.
Oh, I would say eccentric. Yes. Well, that's a bit rude, Dot. You know, most of them are insane anyway. Every job that we've had, we've been told by a man how to work, how to look, how to stand. And though not much has changed, it has slightly rearranged when there's thousands of girls working on the